Only at a team like Tottenham Hotspur can you win a trophy after 17 years. And not only win a trophy, but to win a major European trophy, the first time in 41 years, and still have constant speculation about your position as the manager. It can only ever really happen at Tottenham Hotspur. It just beggars belief. It really does. For years, Tottenham fans, the owners have been calling out for silverware, success, and so on. That's been what we've been calling out for, and here we are, calling out that we have won this huge trophy, regardless of how that came around. And I've heard people go, "Oh, he was lucky. The Champions League teams didn't drop down, and blah blah blah. And Man United were poor." And listen, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We played Man City, Man United, and Liverpool in the Carabao Cup, and we got knocked out. No one's going, "Oh yeah, well, you had a really difficult tie, didn't you? It was really tough for you to do." Of course they don't. Of course they don't. It's like the Champions League when we got to the Champions League final. We had so much luck. We were so poor in that season, but we had so much luck just to get us there. Sterling being offside, it coming off of bloody what's his name's hip and all this kind of stuff. You need luck. To win anything, you need luck. You need luck to go in your way. So I'm not even interested in any of that conversation. But what really strikes me is Tottenham Hotspur. No one likes us. Everyone thinks we're just a small team who never win anything, that are really poor, nobodies and all the rest of it. And yet everybody, every media outlet, Talk Sport, Sky Sports, Football.London, all these outlets, Football Insider, all these things are all full of stories about Tottenham constantly. And if you remember, Ange Postecoglou called this out. He was the only one out of all the managers that we've had in the last 20 odd years to actually call out all the media bias against us, all the we're never going to do it, you'll never win. Even Jamie Carragher, sitting on his overlap show, telling Flav from the Fighting Cock that there is no chance Tottenham are going to win this final. Even though Man United are the worst ever Man United team, we had no chance. And yet there we are, winning the competition. So it really does get up my nose and get on my nerves, the constant pressure that this club and this team and this manager, whatever manager it is, are put under just to create this narrative. And it just annoys me. It just annoys me. All these constant digs and all the rest of it. It's all for clicks. It's all to just get your attention. If I call this video Postecoglou sacked, it'll get more views than if I call this video why Postecoglou shouldn't get sacked, right? Because it's all the sensationalism to try to get clicks and all the rest of it. I'm not about that. It makes no difference to me. I'm just venting now. I'm just getting it off my chest, right? And I know there are people that watch my videos that are absolutely Ange out, and I get it, and that's absolutely fine. I'm not asking you to change your mind, right? Don't change your mind. You don't need to. You can believe what you want and feel the way you want. In the same way, I can believe what I want and feel the way I want, right? So in my mind, I just do not believe that it is right to get rid of a manager who, after everything that we went through last season, delivered a major European trophy, especially when the alternative is Thomas Frank or Marco Silva. Like, okay, good managers. I'm sure they're good managers. I'm sure they do a great job. I'm sure they could do a great job. but they're no better than what you've got, in my opinion. My opinion. They're no better to me. They could come in and they could start off and have, half a dozen games or whatever and be absolute pants. And what are you going to do then? Then we're going to be harping back, we should have kept the continuity of Ange Postecoglou, because at least he'd won something. At least he had the backing of the players. At least he had the backing of a lot of the fans. At least he'd given us the feel-good factor back. And now's the time for him to really build on what he's done. You're going through a major rebuild where we're losing players hand over fist, where we're bringing in loads and loads of youth players. We've got a thin squad in two big competitions, plus you had the FA Cup and the League Cup, which we did particularly well in, bearing in mind we don't normally. So you've got all of those different games. And don't forget, the Europa League was a lot bigger than it was previously, right? So you've got even more games in a paper-thin squad with lots and lots of inexperience. And on top of that, you've had all of the injuries, all of those problems, and then you've got the bit about, saving players and making sure you've got enough to get you through to that final, putting your eggs in that basket to win the trophy. And let's not forget, it's a week ago we were feeling absolutely euphoric about that win, about what it's about. That's what football's about. It's not about coming fifth. It's not about getting top four. It's not about that. It's about success. It's about winning trophies. That's what you want, that feeling. And if you can get that through winning games and all the rest of it, great. And I just cannot believe that anyone can think that after nearly 30 years managing footballers, that anyone can think that Ange Postecoglou doesn't have a clue, that he doesn't know how to change how we play, because he did do that, that he doesn't want to change. Well, maybe he doesn't, but maybe he believes in his system if he can get the right players. Maybe now's the time to build on it. Maybe now's the time for the pressure to be on Daniel Levy, not the manager. The manager's done what he said he was going to do. He won a trophy in his second season, like he said he was going to do. Something that hasn't been done by two serial winners and our best manager for 40 years in Pochettino. So I just cannot believe that we cannot give this guy a level of leeway that he can go into this new season with a full bench of players, no injuries, and some bloody good acquisitions. This should be about Daniel Levy doing what he needs to do and the board. This is about them guys stepping up now. It's about them doing the right thing, giving the managers the tools to do his job. Give him the experience, give him the good players, give him the squad depth that he needs to compete in the Champions League, the FA Cup, the League Cup and the Premier League. I just, honestly, it just does my head in how quickly everybody forgets and how easy it is to manipulate Tottenham fans and just get us all talking about this same thing. Nobody is talking about Amorim. Nobody is talking about Arteta. Nobody is talking about Pep Guardiola, who won nothing this season. Nobody's talking about, any of the other managers. Let's talk about Glasner at Crystal Palace. Finished 12th. Won an FA Cup. First major trophy in their history. They're climbing over themselves to keep that bloke in the football club. And why wouldn't they? Because he's brought them success. He's brought them a feeling they've never had before. Honestly, it just annoys me. It just winds me up. I'm just getting fed up with it, to be honest with you. I just can't understand the logic of it. And I get it was a terrible season. We lost so many games and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we did. But that doesn't mean that's going to happen next season. You don't know that. You don't know that yet. You've got to look at all of the things around it, which is what people do. If you're at work and something goes wrong and you have a bad week financially or productivity-wise or whatever, you deep dive into it, you look for the root cause, you put in guardrails to change that so that doesn't go on. You don't just get rid of everybody You don't just say to the managers, well, you were shit, you're out, I'll get another manager in, despite all of the metrical detail. Like, it's not real life. This constant chopping and changing is just not good. It's just not good for you. It's not helped. The one time they backed a manager with spending some money, albeit not particularly wisely, in my view, but they did spend money, they did back the manager, they didn't jump, they didn't push when they could have done, when the pressure was on, they stuck with it, they delivered a trophy and the Champions League. He's given them what they want. It doesn't matter that you come 17th. Forget it, it's gone. No one's going to remember that in a year's time. It's gone. Get over it. Let's move on. Let's look to the future for Tottenham Hotspur. Let's look at the players we need. Let's look at the positions we need to be filled. Let's look at the quality that's out there. And Daniel Levy spends some money to do the right thing, to back a manager. Because if you don't, if you sack Ange Postecoglou now, all that message sends is, it's not about winning. It's not about winning trophies. It's not about success. It's about having a constant rebuild that keeps the fan base at bay, all with a little bit of expectation. You've won a trophy now. It's been 17 years. Doesn't matter if it's another 17 years, as long as we're still clocking the money in. Because we're in a rebuild. Another rebuild with another manager. Is that what we want? It's not what I want. It's not what I want. I want to see us build from here. I want to see us step up and move forward. I want Ange Postecoglou to be given the tools to do the job. I want Daniel Levy to do the right thing. And I want to see us improve on this season, for sure. I want to see us win matches. I want to see us climb up that table. But I also want to see us try to win the FA Cup, try to win the League Cup. I don't think we're going to win the Champions League. It's going to be, that's a massive ask with the squad we've got. But if you get to a 12th place finish and an FA Cup next season, I'm taking it. You can bookmark it. You can clip it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Because for me, that's progress. An FA Cup, first one since 1991. Come on. Can't tell me you don't want that. So, yeah, in my view, this is just craziness, just madness, and I wish it would stop. So I'm going to stay away from X. I'm going to stay away from all these news, because it's just depressing. It's just depressing. So anyway, I'll leave it there. I've had my rant. You don't have to agree with me, by the way. That's absolutely fine. But I needed to get it off my chest. I'll leave you there. Up the Spurs.